is Bill Hayes. I am with Sisters Campshire Fire Department, and I am here to teach you AO operator maintenance on our rigs. What we have here is a 95 Interphase International Chassis 4-door. It's a 500-gallon tank, water tank on it. It's a 4-wheel drive. And
how big is the pump?
Pump is 1,000 gallons a minute. 1,000 gallon a minute pump. It's got a foam tank, 35-gallon foam tank. Also, start from the left side on switches. This is your mirror heat. Down is on, up is off. Here is your transaxle shift for the front wheel drive. What you want to do is put it in, and you have a high and low selection. On high, you just drive normally like a normal 4-wheel drive. It's in high range. If you want to go to low, you need to slow down, stop, put it in low, then listen for a click. You might hear a click, you may not. But then drive forward and see if the apparatus is driving slow enough. It will drive slow if it's in low.
Do you need to be in neutral to switch it over?
Some you do, some you don't. If it doesn't work in drive, then yes, put it in neutral and then switch it again to low.
Is there anything else you need to do to put it in 4-wheel drive other than just putting the front axle in?
That's it. That's all you have to do is flick these switches here to engage the front wheel drive. Okay. There are no hub locks on this.
Excellent.
This switch here is for the no smoke. This is something you don't have to worry about. This is off position. That's if you're out for a long time, you don't want to clog the filter as you're backing up half the time. Hey, Bill. To engage it, just flick it forward.
Go ahead.
Let's see. No smoke, red light. Well, you want to do some more with it. On the no smoke here, if the red light stays on continuously, that means the filter needs to be changed out. That's the only other thing. And that you should report to your shift commander or to Captain Lufgren.
Okay. Pump controls.
Okay, pump controls. To engage the pump, need to be in neutral. Pull the switch out. Wait for the light to come on. You'll see a light come on, say okay to pump. And when you put it into drive, the pump engaged light should pop on.
So when you first pull the switch out, the light on the right should come on.
It should be on if you put it in neutral too.
Okay.
That's how it works. So usually if I turn the power on, let's see if it does that. Okay, light comes on and pump engaged. Light will be on, then you put it in drive. Yeah.
So the left one will come on, and then when you put it in drive, the okay to pump comes on. So you want both lights on before you leave the pad.
Correct.
Okay. Is there any other indication? Oh, we'll do that later. Okay. The two switches on the. So this is to tilt the steering wheel.
Okay. You ready for that?
Yeah.
Okay, for the steering wheel, you have telescopic, which is push, and you can raise the wheel or lower it. For tilting, just pull, and you can pull the wheel into you or away from you.
Okay, I'm noticing that the flasher controls are different on this switch, on this rig, than they are up at 723s. 723 has a little red button under there, and this looks like the turn signal arm.
This one's in the handle, where some of the other rigs will have a little red switch in the column.
Okay.
Okay, what we have here is your wiper controls. You push down for medium, all the way down for fast. And this is your delay wiper switch. If you want to delay it, you can have it up, and all the way up is to wash the windshield wash. Down here is your headlights. All the way down is on, all the way up is off. Over here is your panel lights to dim the lights to make them brighter. Then over here you have your heat selection, your vent selection, and your AC over here. In for AC, out for off, fan control. Like I said, this is your heat and vent selection. Defroster, bi-level cab.
Okay.
Then we have the park brake, which is out is on, in is off. When you hear that, your brakes are set.
Okay, the gauge down by the...
Gauge down here is a temperature gauge for your turbo exhaust. The exhaust gauge is set at 12,000 Fahrenheit, so you don't want this gauge to go past that. You want to keep it below or right on it, but you don't want to go past, or we're going to have some problems with the turbo.
Okay, so what do you do if it is getting close to that?
What you can do is, if you're going up a hill and if that thing's getting close, what you can do, you can always shift down to third or second, depending on what grade of hill you're going up. And that should keep you pretty much at a lower RPM, because as you shift down, your RPMs are going to go up, so then you're able to back it down. So that will back off your exhaust temp.
Okay.
Okay, and here we have your gear selection. Neutral is in the middle, up is reverse, drive down, then you have third, second, and first.
Are those locked into those specific gears, or that just limits how high it's going to go up?
It's going to kind of limit. If you're starting off slow, you'll be able to shift into third. You'll feel it shift down. Second, you'll have to go a little bit slower for it to grab.
Okay.
So you'll feel it grab on that. And if you want to start off in first, come to a complete stop, be a good thing, and start off in first and just use that.
And it's locked into first then?
Yeah.
Okay. Okay. Throttle control to the left.
Okay, throttle control. What this is used for is if we had pump to roll, we would screw it out to a certain RPMs and use that to manage your speed and the auxiliary pump for pump and roll. So that will determine, you know, your speed and pressure on your pump to roll. Okay, this is your air filter indicator. It will, a yellow sphere will kind of rise up as the filter gets clogged. It will come up in increments. If it gets all the way to the red, the filter is pretty clogged. So you're going to want to have that changed out and put a new one in. If you don't, the engine will starve and it will stall out.
Okay.
So keep an eye on your filter indicator if you're in a dusty area or anything that has a lot of dirt.
And the low hydraulic oil light? Does that work?
On this one, it doesn't work because we don't have the pump on this one.
Right.
So, but on the other rig, you'll have the same thing. And if that light comes on, that means your hydraulic oil is low in the tank. You need to top it off.
Okay.
And the little red light down here is for the compartments. Any compartment doors open in the back, if that's flashing, that's indication that you left the door open. Okay, master panel has your lights, siren. Siren switch should be on. Never turn that off because it's controlled by the master switch. When that's thrown, this should light up. So this, never turn that off, just leave it on. To work the siren, you just put it on whatever you want. Wail, yelp, high and low we don't use, don't need it. Okay, master switch, turn on your master switch, all your lights should come on. You have intersection, warning, wigwags, light bar, auxiliary pump, don't worry about that, that's something else.
So you normally leave that one off and all the other ones other than the master on.
On. Master should turn all those on. Yeah. And that should be left off.
Okay.
So they light up and the master controls all the switches.
Okay.
And siren box seems like it stays on without even the master. So don't have to worry about that, but make sure that's on so you have a siren.
Okay, the pressure gauge.
Pressure gauge is for your pump to roll. Then you have a tank level for your water tank in the back to tell you how much water you have left. Particularly on this rig, it doesn't work.